What is going on, guys? Greggles TV. Google was kind enough and very cool enough to send me over their newest Pixelbook, known as the Pixelbook Go. Now, you can see it's the black one. It does come in also not pink, and they have 4 different versions coming out. And here they are. The first one is the Intel Core M3 with 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and full HD display for $649. As you can see, all of them have full HD displays, aka 1080p displays, except for the most expensive, which has a 4K. The 2 middle ones come with Intel Core i5 processors with either 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and $849 and $999 for the price. And the most expensive one, which is not out yet, is the Intel Core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, 4K display, and it goes for $1399. The laptop itself comes with 2 USB-C ports, one on each side, that you can charge the laptop with. It also comes with a headphone jack. So remember those things? If you don't remember, a headphone jack, you can plug it right in and use it. Also, the keyboard is illuminated, so when you want to see what you're typing in the dark, it does, it lights up for you. And then otherwise inside the box, what you're also gonna find is a 45-watt USB-C charger, as well as a USB-C to USB-C cable. All right, guys, so let's just run through some of the software on here. As you know, it runs Chrome OS. Which is basically just the Chrome browser, but it also has the ability to download apps from the Google Play Store so that you can run Android apps on this as well, giving it a lot of versatility with it. So this is the desktop like you would with a Windows or a Mac computer. When you right click, you can hide the shelf, which is going to be this right here, the dock as you would call it on Windows or Mac. You can change the position of it if you want it, on the left, or if you want it on the right, or keep it at the bottom. You have that ability as well. You can also go in here and change the wallpaper. There's a bunch of wallpapers, or you can use one of your own, from your photos or whatever, or you can have it auto change, which is what I believe I have going on right now, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's all kinds of wallpapers you can go in here and change it to. You have, like I said, you have the shelf, like they call it down here, and you can add and remove apps. So when you open up an app, it shows up at the bottom here, and if you want it to stay there, all you're gonna do is right click, or two fingers down on the touchpad, and then choose pin, and it will pin it so that it's always there. You also on the bottom right have like your time and your date and your notifications, and you have your quick toggles like you would on Android for your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth, and you'll probably turn Bluetooth off. I don't really use it on here as of yet. VPN, you can do the night thing, so it makes your screen more yellow. So if you're familiar with Android, you're probably gonna really enjoy this, and even if you're not, it's still very easy to use. You have a shutdown menu, you have ability to lock stuff, you have more settings. If you tap on that, it'll bring you into even more settings. You can increase or decrease the screen brightness on here. And then at the bottom left, this is gonna be like your start button or your launcher, so it's gonna show all your apps. So you press that, you can see you can search on your device for apps, or it'll search the web as well. And it'll also bring up other things that it thinks you might wanna open. If you hit the arrow up, it's gonna show you all your apps that you have, and you can cycle through it this way, and you can open them up if you want. So if I wanted to open these, and these are Android apps. So if, for instance, if I open up Twitter, you can see it's Android. Well, at least hopefully you can tell. But it is the Android app, and you can minimize it, move it around. You can make it smaller if you want, so it doesn't take up as much room. You can also, since this is, I don't even know if you know, this is a touch screen, you can touch this screen and move it around if need be. You can see there was a little bit of a delay there, but it picked it up pretty quick. You can see it's fine now. Just a little hiccup, but yeah, you can make it larger too with your hand. You can completely use it. So kind of cool that it does all that stuff. So you can use it as a laptop or a touch screen laptop or touch, tablet type interface as well. Battery life on this tablet is rated up to 12 hours. I'll see if that holds true with, you know, once I get my final review in there. I've had this for a little over a day at this point. Some other things I wanted to talk about real quick was the keyboard. And on this keyboard, you have a bunch of keys on here that little shortcuts. You have the escape menu, back button, refresh the window that you're looking at. You also have a button that will maximize and minimize a window that you're selected on. You have another button that shows you all of your recent apps that are open. You have two buttons one will decrease the brightness, the one will increase the brightness. Play pause button, volume mute button, volume decrease, volume increase. You have a power button, and you also have this button which is going to bring up your the search menu or the launcher, or whatever you want to call it. And then you also at the bottom here have a Google Assistant button. You press that and you can ask Google any questions that you have. Another cool thing about this is you can run multiple windows since it is a computer. So I have my Twitter, I got a video playing, and I've got, you know, me checking the news, whatever, and you know, all this stuff is pretty seamless in terms of the performance of you're moving around or whatever. So it's, you know, I think it's cool to be able to do all that stuff. And you can do this on Android tablets and stuff, but this is a full-blown desktop running Android apps as well. Another thing to keep in mind is when you play videos, since this is a 1080p display, it won't let you play the video anything higher than that. So if you want to play a 4K video on the 1080p display, it will not let you. You can only play the videos in 1080p. As for the speakers, check them out. From here, we're looking for a little thing that says force. And obviously you're listening to it through the microphone, but overall I think it sounds decent. It's not the loudest speakers I've ever heard, but they're decent. I gotta find it again. There it is. Force 90 hertz refresh rate. You just tap on that. I'll play a song too as well, just so you can hear that. Also, you might want to know how far it can, tilt back. That's as far as it can tilt back. And obviously it can close, but it's not like a 360 degree, touchscreen laptop tablet thing. It's definitely more of a laptop touchscreen, more than anything, that can run Android apps and the Chrome OS as well. Since this does run Android apps, you can obviously play games on this if you want. This is just a stupid little game, but wordscapes, but you can play it by touching the screen or clicking and dragging. So if you're a gamer, we'll do a full-on test with that, but you can play games on this as well. Now I'll give my full review at a later date, but just first impressions, it runs pretty well. It runs Android, as you can see, at least you can run Android apps. The Chrome OS as well. It's fairly lightweight. It's easy to hold. I like typing on it. It's got a lot of positives for it. It has the camera on there, so you can do Google Duo calls or other apps that use the camera on there. So if you're looking for a quality top-end Chromebook, but also being able to run those Android apps, this is a great choice for you. But again, I'll put my full review out at a later date, and I'll link this down below if you want to pick it up. Thanks for watching. See you guys down the road.